What is up, legends? We are back, and we are back in Etheria Restart. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna head over and head into. Now, I wanted to do this with a weaker account compared to being in a stronger account, and we're gonna take on Infinity Train. I'm gonna do it based off of I had my account just playing the game strictly on the only thing that's gonna be different is I probably would have spent something by now, but there's obviously we can't spend anything, so you know that's how that goes. And I'm gonna go in here with my team the way that they would normally. Now the funny thing is the special permit characters that you would come in here with, I would naturally have those characters already, so that's kind of like funny to me in general. So this is going to be a little bit of a heads up and like kind of like a cool hindsight for me anyway. So we're going to head it in. I think I may end up a little bit weakened here, but we'll see. All right. No, I think I'll be okay. Yeah, I think I'll be okay because it works out perfectly with what I would naturally pick anyway. So the way that this works is it's wave content. So you're gonna want to have a bully, which I do. I literally have 3 bullies. That technically I have 4 bullies. But my main bully is Freya because as you saw a previous video, that is who I am actually starting with. So we're gonna get a card to start with. At the turn increase turn, I think I want this. Damage dealt increases 10%, but incoming healing is reduced. We don't like that. After the turn, there's a 6% chance to gain 100% turn meter. After turn increase turn meter, the ally with the highest turn meter is about 6%. Is this with all? I think I may want that one. Let's go with that one. I was saying bullies. All right, wave 2. So another thing that will make this really good is you may want to get shells to make this easier. And the shell that I'm specifically, yikes, the shell that I'm specifically gonna want to go after is the one I'm farming literally right now, which is the shell that'll make your turn meter either push or your speed. 2 different shells early in the game right now that you can actually do with that, which is I put on Tiamat to make her rotate into Dragon Queen faster, which is what she's in right now. Yeah, they definitely like stunning Freya. Tiamat don't care though. There's also at the point where you want to make your characters tanky, and the way you do that is you make sure that your gear is proper, like you know start to rotate into gold gear, because around 15 is where you would start to be able to rotate into gold gear anyway. Same thing with shells. Make sure that your purple shells are maxed up to level 30. It's very easy. It doesn't cost you any currency. It just costs you the data to actually farm it. Should be clapping on that one. They're fine. A shield unit is pretty good for this too. So if you have Hell Kid, even though he was nerfed, he's still going to be useful for this. All right, counter attack sounds like it would be good. Damage dealt increased by 10%, but you lose HP at the end of each turn equal to 5% of total max AP. We don't like that. Hyper synergy assist rate by 5%. I think I like counter attack. As you can see, this is very much like a roguelike mode. Also, another thing that will help you out with this is units that will slow down, sleep, or freeze, or stun. You see, I have Kraken, but he is not maxed yet on his 3 skill, so he doesn't rotate as fast as I would like him. working on that, but you obviously you don't have a million stamina for everything in a day. Like something is gonna fall short because you want him to essentially do that. Which is also why I'm working on the turn push shells that would either give me speed or give me turn meter. And Frey is a good choice for this because she's gonna give you the life leap to actually go for too. Obviously, I'm autoing this because I know they can kind of like take care of themselves because that's why I picked who I picked to do this. They can take care of themselves for the most case in the majority of the game, except to where you start getting to like the end of story. You have to manual that. There's no, you can auto it if you want. It's not gonna go well for you if you do. You need to focus certain things and pay attention to certain things. So like, you know, like the kind of free ride is over at that point, and there will be coming a point in this where I'll have to actually take over too. Where I have to start hard focusing because the game won't do it because it doesn't know the hard focus. There's certain things that AI just won't pay attention to. Like if there's a certain unit that's about to like evolve, like in a Doki Doki fight, the AI isn't going to pay attention to what unit is about to get evolved by Doki. We're about to get wrecked. Unless we get a magic heal. Nope. Well, no magic heal. And they eventually wore us down. Obviously, the stronger you get, the further along that you will actually push into this. So, you know, good from a base to hang out with that. So we got 5 tiers to E, and you notice that we did get the resource pack right there. At D you would get the supply pack right there. At C you get another one, increased currency, and it moves along the lines. If you didn't know, you got a supply pack right there. That also comes with the universal currency. You get more at A. S you get 30, and then you get the purple version of the prowess pack. At triple S you get 40, and then you get the gold ones, which are super useful when you're going to push even further along in your currency push. And then over here you get 50, and then more gold. So Infinity Train, Arakan. So again, what you want to do is you want to focus on the characters that will CC. Basically, they're going to either sleep, they're going to stun, or they're going to freeze, and they're going to turn push back the enemy and make you take as less damage as possible, because obviously this is a roguelike type of mode where you're going to have to survive long enough to get further ahead and do things. Also going to want to pay attention to what the available animuses are, which is going to be blue, purple, and well, dark and light. I get used to saying the colors, my bad. So you want to go along those lines, and you see automatically that we're going to have Leon and Freya as the characters who actually specifically get to come in, which is amazing to start with Infinity Train at the beginning of when the game goes live, which I believe is like a week from now. I think it's a week from now. Yeah, close to it. What that essentially does is allows you that you're gonna probably have Freya. Everybody should be summoning to get at least one Freya, and you see how like amazing she actually is. And then Leon, you just automatically just gonna have. So them being built for this is gonna be key early to get you more resources, and these resources are really good when it comes to limit breaking and leveling up your skills. That's literally what all this stuff is. It makes it so that you don't have to actually go and farm the prowess, which makes you have more stamina. So essentially this whole mode is a stamina save. As you get stronger, you're going to get further, and you're going to save more stamina as you get further and push and keep going through. What I would do is wait until the end of the day, until your peak of your power before the reset, which I believe the reset is like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time. And then like if you're not going to be up at that time when you're about to go to bed, just spam your tries basically. And yeah, I do think that this may be a fun type of mode to mess around with, but you know, like it just basically on how strong you are and how much you can actually push through it. I find it fun, just something else extra to do. It doesn't cost you any stamina, it just costs you a temp, which I like. And it's one of the event things, and I don't think it's going to be up there for 244 days. That's just for like this particular beta. It's not going to be that long. So just, you know, keep all that in mind, and it's a particularly fun event. So that's all I got for you guys. I wanted to show it because it was one of the things that they highlighted during the live stream, and they said a few things on the tweet about it. So I just wanted to actually put it out there and show you what it's about, and so you can plan. And for the most part, you're gonna have characters that deal with this anyway. You may not have darker light unit, so you're probably gonna have to go with a special permit. And the flow, I believe, is what blue is. You can probably have to go with those units. Like obviously, we see Kraken is really great for it anyway. Opal will be great for it as well. I think Opal is blue. I don't remember. Before I go, let me make sure. Wait, do I even have him? I don't have him. Feels bad. All right, go back and give me more stuff. Head over to banner real quick before we get out of here. Yeah, he's slow. So you definitely want to he's another character. He's single target, but he's good as far as CC to, when you're worried about things like that. Kasumi is good as well. If you get the new girl, when is he? Ramoka would be pretty good for that because she's gonna single target smack things down. Kloss is gonna be good because Kloss is pretty much going to defense down and speed down things because she has a speed turn, you know, the hacking and everything else like that. So that's definitely extremely good. As you can see, decrease the speed by 4%, up to 3 stacks, which is amazing. And like you could just keep doing that, you just keep slowing things down. So Kloss and Kraken at the same time is bully mode. Lilith is pretty good for that because Lilith is bully mode because she has a chance to actually stun as well. So, but the only thing though with Lilith and Kloss is that they're green, so you're gonna have to wait until their elements are actually up. Just, you know, giving you guys like some ideas. Lydia actually is AoE too, so you can bring her down, and she has defense down on her break. Let's see who else we can bring in here that I can suggest. Rosa. Rosa's pretty good because she's speed down too. She's a new girl I was talking about, and give you a crit up, and her attack is awesome. So, you know, all of that. If you get Ling Lao, you're gonna be just golden. Early, obviously, we're gonna get her at 7 days. If you do everything in 7 days, it's not that hard. Mornier is very good early game, but I found late game not so much because there's a limit to how much damage he can actually do. But early game, his damage is crazy. So if you get him, you could throw him out there too. Pretty much fun. Let's see who else can actually help blue wise. I think that's everybody else blue. Now, Doki can actually help because she's going to speed everybody up and kind of help out that. Messiah is a pretty big AoE character, and he has the ability to be immune most of the time to do that big damage. Hybrid is single target, not so much great for that. Shadow Senya is kind of like okay with hers. As you can see right here, she's going to throw out a dot. Lily is pretty good for it as well because, you know, she's going to have her damage as well as her turn meter push that she has, which is pretty good. And then she has the buff that she can actually do, which is speed and crit damage, and then turn meter again right here. So she's a pretty good character for that, and she can actually be out there because she is a dark unit. All right, then you also have the lower characters right here, which I said Oval, Kraken, of course, Yang, if you want to actually buff yourself and get more crit damage. Red units are not applicable here, but you do have the baby golds and the baby purples, as I call them, where you have obviously going to have Dorothy. Varian will help you as far as sustaining. The Ting is single target damage. Kati is kind of like a buffer. Victor is kind of like single target and sustain. And a Marvel is an interesting choice because he has turn meter push right here again that you can focus on, like, you know, certain things. But obviously, if you had there's other choices out there. If you want and you're like, you know, you're great. I know I've seen actually on Twitter some girls literally was like, "Oh, we got a husbando," so I was like, "Oh, well, I mean, I guess he's cool. You know, like he got the glasses and the blue eyes, and you know, he out here swagging, aura farming and stuff like. They got the hand behind his back, and got the Triforce on his belt. I mean, if that's your thing, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace. Thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I love everybody who stops by. You guys always make my day with your comments. It's always funny and whimsical and gives me a reason to keep going. So be legendary, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.